one of the most ancient diseases of our times, and today is still one of the most misunderstood diseases. Though the world looks at India as a developing country in terms of information technology, India still carries 58% of the world's leprosy. It especially affects those living in poor conditions, with poor hygienic conditions, affects the people who have low immunity in their bodies, the poor, uneducated living in crowded conditions. In the year 2014-15, 135 new cases were detected in India, which makes us number one in the world. 10% or more are children, and 2% are detected with visible deformities. In spite of there being treatment, people still suffer from discrimination, stigma related to this disease. People still fear the word leprosy. That's a major challenge that we face, that making people aware that leprosy is not as frightening as it seems to be. It's one of the least contagious diseases that we have. There are, that it just doesn't happen, by spending time or touching a person affected by leprosy. That fear is still there even in the most educated people, amongst even doctors. So, removing that kind of, or changing their mindset or the society's mindset or social mindsets is a big challenge. My name is Dr. Asha Massey, and I have been working for the Leprosy Mission Trust organization for the last 10 years. I am working in Kothara Community Hospital as a superintendent. Kothara Community Hospital is one of the 14 hospitals which belongs to the Leprosy Mission. Leprosy Mission is one of the oldest and the largest organization which works towards eradication of leprosy for the last 141 years. It initially started as a home for leprosy and then later diversified into general medical work and community work. The focus of the Leprosy Mission is not only treatment but prevention and early detection of deformities. The early signs of leprosy is a white anesthetic patch which can develop on any part of the body. This patch has loss of sensation. That is, the person does not feel pain on that particular spot. The other signs are red patches all over the body, or they can be painful or ulcerating nodules or small pustules which crop up over the body, which can be very painful in nature. They can be associated with fever, with chills, and the patient is very sick. The disease is caused by a bacteria. This bacteria is called as the lepra bacteria, and it affects the nerves, which are the peripheral nerves over different parts of the body. And today leprosy is also known as Hansen's disease. It is spread by the droplet infections through the nasal secretions or through close contact with the leprosy affected person. It is not hereditary, it is not transmitted from mother to child, but if a family member is having close contact with a person affected by leprosy over the years, a person can get these diseases. Today the organization looks not only at treating leprosy, but we are more focused towards detecting the deformities or detecting leprosy early, so that the deformities which are highly stigmatizing could be detected early and treatment could be started early. A person who has developed anesthetic feet, there are special footwear that are provided to the person. These footwear are called the MCRs. These are microcellular rubber footwear. These are specialized footwear designed specially for those anesthetic feet, which are they do not cause ulcers, or they prevent ulcers from being formed. The biggest challenge that the Leprosy Mission Trust organization faces is that uh, there are lack of funds, and because the disease is still rampant, the mission is still relevant. There are many issues that we still need to tackle in terms of early detection. In the community, there are still thousands of cases which are hidden and which are still transmitting the diseases, which do not actually come forward for treatment, mainly due to stigma or lack of awareness, and they actually do not come forward for treatment unless they develop secondary complications like ulcers or anesthesia of the hands or feet. So unless this diseases is nipped in the bud in the early stages, where the disease is detected early and treatment started, they would go on to developing secondary deformities. We also deal with certain advocacy issues where people are not aware of their rights. There are many discriminatory laws which still exist in India which are anti-leprosy. In terms of staff, the biggest challenge is getting doctors, nurses, physiotherapists, to work for the organization. You see, most of our hospitals are situated away from the main cities. They are situated in small places, and that actually does not attract people to come and work, for these hospitals. So that is one of the challenges that we face. We need more doctors, physiotherapists, counselors, nurses, and more people who would actually volunteer to come and see the work that the organization does. We are more, rather than being disease centric, we are more person centric. We have a more holistic approach towards the person affected by leprosy.
So here Leprosy Mission Kotar Hospital, that there was unused land, so we start using for organic farming. We are training people with disability, people affected by leprosy, and with the help of this training they started their livelihood. Many people with disability, they were simply sitting at home, but they learn organic farming. Now they are training other people in the community, so also they got respect also in the village, and they are getting livelihood also.
Our hospitals are tertiary referral centers. We deal more with the complications related to leprosy. So we work closely with other organizations, especially the National Leprosy Eradication Program in India, where patients are referred for treatment of complications of leprosy. One of the major complications of leprosy is deformities. Once deformities become permanent, they cannot be treated. The only treatment for these deformities is the reconstructive surgeries.
He's Kushav, he's got a complication of leprosy affecting his eye. The right eye cannot be closed properly. That is known as lag of thalamus, where he cannot blink. So what we do is take a tendon from the hand. The tendon is taken of the palmaris longus, which is a vestigial organ in human beings, usually found in monkeys, used for climbing. So we give a nick here and give a nick here, take this tendon out and attach it to this part of the masseter tendon. We open the masseter tendon here, attach it, and then bring it till here and make it into two slips, one on top of the eyelid and one below, and attach it to the medial aspect of the nose here. And so what happens when he chews? Chew karo, karo, band karo. So when he's moving, you can see the tendon moving. Muh kholo, band karo, isko dabao. See now he can close his eye.
In Kotara, we do about 150 reconstructive surgeries, and these patients are referred by the government from about 14 districts from Vidarbha. The benefits of this surgery are that it brings about a functional improvement in the patient's hand. He is able to carry out his normal activities after the surgery. It also brings up a cosmetic improvement. So once his hand becomes straight, the patient's hand or the foot or the eye, the surgery takes place. Post-surgery, the patient is accepted back into society. My dream for this organization or for Kotara would be that people should come out. We should be able to detect, because what we have seen here is that there are many young people who are coming out with deformities. So my vision would be that the incidence of leprosy should come down through early detection, and that we should be able to reach out to more and more people in the community, that more people would be able to know about us, the work that we do, and then come forward and use us, and that we also would be able to influence people, society around us, make them aware of the problem of leprosy, so that that every person should be able to treat. The general healthcare system should also be in a position to detect leprosy early and treat it, rather than they being discriminated and hiding. They should be coming forward and treating, and one day leprosy should be eradicated in India.
Hi, I am Suresh Dhondge and this is my friend Sanjay Panjari. We both got President Award in the category of leprosy cured. So I am from leprosy background. When in 1998 I was studying in 10th standard, that time I got leprosy, and because of leprosy, because of social stigma, many friends were asking me so many questions. So I left my school, and then I was working in the farm only. But after few years, because of lack of treatment, so I got bad riddance. So I was fall sick, and then finally my parents admitted me in leprosy hospital Pune, and the doctor says that time he will not survive for more than 2 days. But by the God grace, I once again I survived, and then they refer me to Leprosy Mission Vocational Training Center, and I studied there, and I restart my education also under CTY project, where Sanjay is looking after that project. So I restart my education, and now I completed my masters, 3 masters: master in arts, master in social work, master in business administration, and now I am doing mechanical engineering. So we are working for people affected by leprosy and disability. Sanjay is working for CTY, where educational assistants provide to leprosy affected children. They are providing housing for the leprosy people, and also they are supporting to socio-economic rehabilitation. But now they are also diverting from their focus, and now they are linking to the government, because leprosy mission has some limitations. So they are linking to the government, like for scholarship, like for livelihood loans. So he's working on that.
The organization looks at bringing back the dignity in the person, in the lives of the person affected by leprosy. That he should not be excluded from society, rather he should be living in society just like each one of us, and sharing the same joys and sharing the same happiness that you and I, that each one of us has a right to.